Nate's world ended at the age of 11. Clinically, this was his original narcissistic injury. In a healthy environment, a child sees their father as a stable, perfect object to emulate. But when Nate found those tapes, the image didn't just crack, it imploded. He saw the false self his father performed and equated his father's hidden desires with weakness. To a budding narcissist, weakness is death. He didn't just see a secret, he saw a paradox that created a profound devaluation of the father figure. To survive the shame of being Cal's son, Nate decided to build a grandiose self that was the antithesis of what he saw. He became the statue of masculinity to ensure that he will never be humiliated the way he thought his father was. Nate's hypermasculinity is a narcissistic false self. In psychology, this is a defense mechanism where a person creates a superior version of themselves to hide an inferior internal reality. Nate is so terrified of the softness he sees in Cal that he has militantly enforced a version of masculinity that is predatory. He doesn't go to the gym for health, he goes there to build somatic grandiosity. That is his armor. He isn't aggressive because he's brave, he's aggressive because he is protecting his fragile ego. He must be the apex predator because, in his narcissistic logic, there is no middle ground. You can either be the one holding the camera or the one being recorded. This is where his narcissism becomes not a little, really dangerous. Nate uses the people in his life as narcissistic supply, extensions of his own ego meant to validate his power. When they do not follow his script, he experiences narcissistic rage. In Maddie's case, she is his trophy. He loves her because of her beauty and her sharpness, and they reflect well on his image too. But he punishes her because her need for emotional intimacy threatens his control. When he hurts her, he is trying to kill the vulnerability he sees reflected in her eyes. In Jules' case, Jules represents his ego dystonic desire. She is the mirror of the secret, like the secret self that he's been trying to suppress. He is obsessed with her because she challenges his grandiose mask. He wants to destroy her because if he can eliminate the object of his desire, he believes he can eliminate the shame within himself. Nate also is really obsessed with surveillance. His obsession with surveillance is a play for narcissistic omnipotence. Because his childhood was defined by a secret he couldn't control, he spent his adulthood ensuring that he is the only one with the file. Control is the only substitute for safety. In his mind, knowing everyone's secrets makes him a god who cannot be touched. This is a compensatory mechanism against narcissistic injury. If he holds the leverage, no one can ever humiliate him again. He isn't just tracking phones, he's actually trying to prevent the world from seeing that 11-year-old boy behind the curtain.